Hi, I'm Alex Plank, and this is Autism Talk TV. In this episode, I sat down with Emmy Award-winning producer and newly cemented director Janet Grillo, and I talked to her up-and-coming star, Ashley Rickards. Fly Away tells the story of a single mother played by Beth Broderick and her ongoing struggles to raise her autistic daughter.
Is Mandy being expelled?
Just suspended for a week while we wait for the district's decision.
A week? An entire week? I can't. I work. I can't just drop everything.
My son is on the spectrum of autism. He was diagnosed when he was about 3. However, he's mildly impacted. He was diagnosed with PDD-NOS, pervasive developmental delay not otherwise specified, which is, you know, sort of the cluster of kids who are impaired and they've got all the symptoms that are manifest, but mildly and, but, you know, to my mind, that's like saying you're a little bit pregnant. You know, you can be 3 months pregnant or 9 months pregnant, but your whole body has changed because of it. It was an extremely calm, very sweet, very good-natured experience. Writing the script was emotional, but, you know, as an artist, once you create something that's objectively other, then there's a kind of a witnessing relationship. So that the process of writing it and creating the story, I was really sort of inside of the experience and inside of the emotions. And then it became the job of the actors to inhabit those emotions.
I put a lot of pressure on myself to, you know, portray this as accurately as possible, not only from a professional standpoint, but from a personal standpoint. I wanted this movie to change someone somewhere along the lines, some viewpoint I wanted it to affect. And I knew I had a lot of work to do that properly.
Well, Ashley, who plays Mandy, her family, she grew up in Florida, and her family had horses, had a horse ranch, I guess, and they did a lot of therapeutic horse riding and with kids on the spectrum. So when Ashley was growing up, she was around a lot of kids on the spectrum.
My family owned a farm. We had horses, dogs, cats, a guinea pig, and we would do pet therapy with them, with autistic children, people who are physically disabled, elderly. So that was definitely helpful to draw upon some of those experiences.
Fly Away features operatic-like meltdowns and realistic portrayals of raising a child on the autism spectrum. Janet Grillo had this to say.
Making the film, during the production, shooting the film, was not an emotionally charged experience for me, but it was for the actors who had to live out those moments. I had already lived them when I wrote them. It was their job now to inhabit them as characters, and they did beautifully. So, you know, for Beth Broderick, who played the mother, and Ashley Rickards, who played the daughter, they were very emotionally draining experiences, and they were exhausted at the end of each day.
For me, playing the role, when I was inside Mandy, it felt the world is a very overwhelming place to be. Its colors are brighter, sounds are louder, textures are more abrasive. I mean, every sense is just heightened. It's very unnerving.
Having a child with severe disabilities takes a big toll on families. And many parents separate and divorce. So you see that a lot in the community. And also the experience of the larger part of the journey and challenge with a kid with severe disabilities usually falls to the mother. Not to say that there aren't dedicated, involved fathers out there. There are, but 90% of it is on the mother. So even if a mother is in a marriage, it feels like it's a single parenting experience. And so that's what took me there.
Just because you can't handle her doesn't mean my daughter belongs in an institution.
Maybe it could help, Jean. You ever think of that?
Help, really? Who? Her? Or you?
And so I felt it was really important to represent the truth of what it's like to live with something that is really an impairment, and to love and accept each other because we love and accept each other, not because we have some fantasy that autistic people are special or have some kind of power, but because they're people. And we should love and accept our kids because we love and accept our kids. And that makes us better as humans and a healthier society.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us for this very special episode of Autism Talk TV. I hope to see you next week. We are going to Orlando to film the ASA conference. Bye-bye now.